And what is up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to your official podcast of Rocklahoma, Surviving Rocklahoma. I am your host with the locks that rocks, your favorite sideboard to die for, Adam Richmond. And I am so glad to be here with you on a Monday. I see you folks in the comments already. I see Jacqueline Holt is in there. St. Anger Productions is on there. We've got some stuff to talk about with them. I also see ROKAHOMA is proudly represented. What's up, Heath Wadsworth of Black Pearl and Sound Pearl at that. We've got a show that they're putting on as well. I see a fellow Rocklahoma cartographer, Darren, is in the comments letting me know that we are loud and clear. Thank you so much. What is up? The co-hostess with the mostest, Christy Gross, is in there. Got to enjoy 2 huge fires and drinks with the landlord tonight. That's awesome. That's the way you do it. Thank you guys for the sound check and letting me know everything is going good. This has been a long week. I tell you, we had to completely reformat and rebuild everything from scratch on the Mayhem machine. But I think we've got dusted out all of those gremlins that likes to come in here and jack with our live stream. So hopefully everything's going to be going smoothly tonight. We've got a stacked show. You know, we've got several musical features tonight. 3 musical features from local bands, including a new one that came in from the Rock Box, 19 Never. I hadn't had the pleasure of hearing these guys before we prepared for the show, and I'm pretty excited to bring you that one. We've also got a band that is featured on a couple upcoming shows. 7 Foot Monkey will be featured tonight, and we're also going to be joined by a band that you can see this weekend at an event that I'm going to be hosting at the Bowman Twin in Tulsa. We've got Grave Huffer is going to be joining us and talking a little bit about their music, and we'll break you off some tunes while we are at it. You know, with that being said, folks, let's go ahead and get into the show because we've got a lot to discuss. And before we get into all of that, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. First up, we've got DEB Concerts, who rocks the Roadhouse at Rocklahoma, the force behind the DEB concert stage inside the Roadhouse. And he's also plans other events throughout the year. So make sure that you are following DEB Concerts so that you are up to date on what events that he's bringing to town. Also want to give a lot of love to At Your Service Rentals, the only place where you can get your own portable restroom for your campsite, and you can beat the heat with a swimming pool as well. You can get those rental services from At Your Service Rentals. They are the folks that supply all of the portable restrooms to Rocklahoma. Huge shout out to Brett and the Pooh Crew. So don't be stuck out in the campgrounds in the middle of the night looking for a place to go poo like that guy. What are you doing over there, buddy?
Dinner was full.
Yeah, I didn't call At Your Service Rentals. Also want to give a shout out to the Rocklahoma bitches. Now, these fine ladies are always keeping the local music scene happening. And you know, we love that Rocklahoma bitches swag. And if you would like your own piece of swag, well, you got to earn it. All you got to do is follow the Rocklahoma bitches, and they'll let you know when you have an opportunity to get your own. Also, we have been working for several years now with ROKAHOMA, a nonprofit group that has grown and spawned from the Rocklahoma campgrounds, much like this podcast, and they've been growing side by side with Surviving Rocklahoma, and they've just been getting bigger and better. Jason and all of the crew from ROKAHOMA has just been doing amazing things, networking and doing everything they can to grow this organization, because they believe music is medicine. And so they get that medicine to our troops, our veterans, our first responders, all of those folks that put it all on the line for all of our freedoms and protect our way of life. So this is how I love to give back, is partnering with ROKAHOMA, as we have given away over 200 passes in the last couple of years to Rocklahoma and Born and Raised. So make sure that you follow them, ROKAHOMA, on all the social media platforms. Would you like to become involved? Maybe give back in the name of a veteran or family member, friend, or maybe even yourself. Well, all you got to do is reach out to them and they can let you know how you can participate. And I'm going to give you details here in a little bit on how you can, where they're going to be having a show next, so that you can go out there and get involved. Now, also want to give a shout out to the Big Old Bus, bringing a busload of debauchery to Rocklahoma and a couple of other local music festivals. These are the folks with the school buses converted into party buses, and party they do. We absolutely love the Big Old Bus. They are a staple of the campgrounds. You can't miss them, especially anytime you walk between the VIP and GA areas on the main strip. Also, speaking of Rocklahoma, we want to give a shout out to photography by Angel Lee. You know, Rebel has been covering music festivals for us here at the show for the last 3 years, looking at not only Rocklahoma, but Rock the River and Rock the Equinox as well, and a few other events in the meantime. So make sure you check out all of those stunning images at Photography by Angel Lee. And remember, you find yourself on the socials, make sure you tag yourself. And if you share them, please give credit to the photographer so everybody knows who took that amazing photo of you. Also, I want to give a shout out to Metalcore Clothing, who provides us with our fine threads, our official t-shirts, which are on sale. You can find them with the logo, Surviving Rocklahoma, the tribal logo, limited edition, folks. So shoot us an email so you can get yours. And then because I'm thinking we need a new design for this year, and every year we're just going to do a limited design. So give a lot of love to Metalcore Clothing, a veteran-owned business, ladies and gentlemen. They know the music scene. Jeremy is a singer of a local band, Perseus, and Lacey is a Miss Rocklahoma in her own right. So make sure, if you are needing the shirts printed for your campsite parties and other projects, that you give a shout out to Metalcore Clothing. For our last sponsor, we like to kick off every live stream, and we do so by cracking open a cold one. And we like to sample new ones that I get from Pryor Liquor, Wines, and Spirits in Pryor, Oklahoma. Monty is a proud sponsor of not only the show, but our projects as well. And I've got a bit of an announcement on that one as well. But until then, I am trying another Pilsner. This one is brewed out of Oklahoma City. It boasts to be a crisp lager. This is from Stone Cloud Brewing Company. And you got to make sure you articulate this when you say it. This is Havana Affair. Yeah, don't say that 6 times fast after drinking them. You know what I'm saying? Yes, this is Havana Affair. All right, here we go. And on behalf of Pryor's Liquors, Wines, and Spirits, and all of us here at Surviving Rocklahoma, cheers, everybody. Nope. and it exploded. One of these days, I'm going to be ready for that. Good thing I had a towel. Just ready. Oh, I knew I dropped that case. This is going to be a segment here, I think. When Adam's beers explode. I thought... All right. But anyway, with that being said... Ooh, I do like that. That is delicious. You know what? I could actually... The more I drink it, the better it gets. I got more of these that in the fridge, and I think I'm going to be having more. And I think I'll open them outside because apparently I dropped the case. I was wondering when that one would turn up. All right, party foul. But they are delicious. What a waste. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get the show rolling. We've got a guest that's going to be joining us in about 15 minutes, and I do see that they have loaded into the green room, so we will be joined by Grave Huffer here momentarily. Make sure I've got everybody in there. Alrighty. So with that being said, yeah. All right. So we've got some news this week. Last week, as you guys know, ROKAHOMA renewals began, and today was initially the deadline to renew at noon today. Now, those of you who are regulars to ROKAHOMA, you know what, you're familiar with this process, and we talked a lot about it last week. And once again, if you are renewing or you have renewed, that locks in your space. That was also your opportunity to contact the Rock box office should you want to upgrade or try to move your seats up. And as they fill the seats for the folks who did not renew. Now, if you missed your renewal, that's fine. Don't sweat it, although it is your spots from last year are not reserved, and they were up for grabs for anyone else who did renew. So moving forward, the general sale will be coming up next, and that's when all of the packages will opening. And remember, as we get closer to the festival, to Labor Day weekend, every month or two, the prices will go up. So make sure that you are getting in on this general sale if possible. Remember, financing is available. And yeah, so that's what's next. And when the general sale happens, another thing happens, the lineup. We get to see who is going to be playing this year. And once again, with the ownership resting squarely at home with Pryor Creek Music Festivals, I can't wait to see what they put on for us this year. I've also have it on authority that they've been relooking at some other procedures and processes throughout the festival to make things better and do things our way, the Rocklahoma way, rather than having to work with some other folks. So, this is going to be an awesome festival, and I can't wait. And I think, doing this podcast, I'm always in the rock spirit, but I think this year, I'm actually feeling the rock spirit more than I have in a while. So I can't wait to see who we get. Do you have any predictions? Do you have any requests? Drop them in the comments. We want to know who you think we will be seeing at Rocklahoma this year, who you would like to see, any bucket list. I'm sorry, Metallica's just not on the plate. I'm going to throw that out right now. Metallica's not going to be in our wheelhouse for the same reasons Rammstein wouldn't. We can't fit them. They're what they need for production value It's just not going to squeeze in to where our facilities without a major overhaul. So let's forget Metallica for a bit. Because I know that's what we all want. Alan McKim in the comments says ICP. You know what? I loved seeing Insane Clown Posse. Rebel was there with me last year when we saw ICP at Welcome to Rockville in Daytona. And that was my first time seeing them. And like Guar, they are an experience in itself, although you do have to pay attention because there are flying Faygo bottles flying through there. Yeah. David Henderson, aka Rocklahoma, George Washington, said, I have good authority to say that the Goats will be at Rocklahoma. The Beatles will be. Sparrow says, if Spirit Box comes, someone better sneak me in, she said. Well, Sparrow can fit in a suitcase. I'm just saying. I think she may qualify as your carry-on luggage. Hardy would be awesome. You know what? I like Hardy. Hardy is really, really amazing musician, and he transcends genres. I'm with you right there, Joey, aka Juicy Lucy, who votes for Hardy. Hardy. I see Miss Brandy from Camp Black Pearl is looking for some Marilyn Manson on the lineup. And Aaron Jones played a couple of years ago, and he impressed me as well. I hadn't been exposed to him a little bit, or very much before that Rocklahoma. And, you know, that's one of the things that I really love about these music festivals is you get so exposed to new artists from all ends of the spectrum of what could be considered rock. And we've got everything from a little bit of old school, a little bit of southern rock. There's always some hair bands, some glam bands, some, you know, something from the 90s. You know, there's an eclectic mix. They even throw in more of a rap act every now and then. We had Jelly Roll for 2 years. We also had Machine Gun Kelly and Yellow Wolf, and let's not forget Tech Nine. Had a brain fart there. A couple of the bubbles went to my brain, I think, from the suds. But yeah, I can't wait to see what we've got coming up on the Rocklahoma front, and the renewals are out. Now, I have mentioned a little bit about the Rocklahoma Campgrounds map. And if you follow the Rocklahoma Campgrounds map Facebook group, I had mentioned what we are going to be doing this year, what this year's plans for the map are, which is more of the same. You know, the map itself, I am very happy with it. It's impossible to make everyone completely satisfied with the map. This is something that individuals have been taking upon themselves and doing it for the community for over 10 years, before I started doing it. Remember, I inherited the map from map maker himself, Brian Beck. He also picked it up from another gentleman that did it for a year or two. And since I've taken it over, I've expanded it because I'm an overachiever. We grew it beyond just VIP camping and began including general admission camping. And then we added in the directory, and we do everything we can to make it as accurate as possible and as in line with the actual numbering and spacing and all of that stuff that the Rocklahoma folks use. Now, remember, the map is not done by Rocklahoma. That's done by me and an amazing individual that's helped us for a couple of years now, Darren, who has been my hero in terms of the map. He's taken clear. I mean, honestly, he's taken it to another level. He's gotten things way more organized and streamlined than I had them. We got the map off of Facebook, and we now host it through survivingrocklahoma.com. That's where you can find the map. It has not opened for this year yet, though. So those of you who are emailing me and messaging me and say, hey, the map's not live. Yes, we know. We wanted to get through renewals first. We wanted to give folks a chance to actually renew and lock in those campsites before we start taking submissions, because stuff happens. And sometimes people don't get the same campsite for whatever reason, whether they upgrade, moved, combined with somebody else, separated into their own thing. You know, people aren't always in the same campsites. And when you're dealing with hundreds of submissions, like we literally have hundreds of people who participate in this map. Well, that's a lot of stuff. And so we want to try and minimize corrections and updates as much as we possibly can. Now, with that being said, the map will be back in the form that you know and love, but we will also be evolving the best campsite contest. And remember, folks, the best campsite contest is like the decoration contest at your work or at school. You know what I mean? It's not that competitive. It's all in fun. We just want to see how creative people can be. Now, some folks really represent and they take their camp seriously. They, for us at Camp Mardi Gras, we've been doing it for 10 years, going on 11 now. We always have the same campsite. We always do the same thing. This is our opportunity to throw a party and invite all of our friends, and who shows. And that's always the best way to do a party. I know a lot of folks tend to worry about established camps, the camps that come back every year, and they have their certain schedule that they do. Remember, folks, there's plenty of food at the buffet for everybody. It is impossible to schedule what you're wanting to do around everybody else. So everybody experiences Rocklahoma the same way, in their own way. So make it fun, experience the way you want to do it, and then when you've got time extra, then you can share the wealth, then you can invite your friends and do whatever you like to do with your campsite. Just remember, before you make plans to do a campsite event, a project, or party, or whatever it is, visit rocklahoma.com, look on the info tab or the frequently asked questions so that you can see firsthand in writing what you can and can't do. So just because you can dream it doesn't mean you can do it, because believe it or not, there are limits to everything. So make sure that you comply with the rules of Rocklahoma and the campgrounds so that you don't have any hiccups that weekend or any surprises. Going back to the comments, are they allowing stages back in the campgrounds? Alan, it's not a matter of allowing stages in the campgrounds. It's a matter of people having the resources to do the stages properly and fit them in within the criteria. So there was a time several years ago, about 5 or 6 years, I want to say, where we had the giant camps, campground stages with the big tents and stuff. But, that stuff got a little bit more than what could be handled. They still have to follow their insurance, liability, all the legal stuff, municipality stuff, and all of that stuff. So if somebody's wanting to do something self-contained out in the campgrounds, they still have to comply with what Rocklahoma can allow. And I'm sorry, but it is expensive. It is so expensive to do a campground stage. And few people can bankroll it on their personal, out of their personal account. Because remember, in the campgrounds, we cannot sell anything. There's no vending in the campgrounds. If you're going to be selling T-shirts to help pay for your campsite or your party, you got to do those before the festival and not at the festival. So everything's got to be done outside of Rocklahoma in terms of how you fundraise your festival experience. And a stage, that's a lot of money to bankroll without being able to sell merch or do anything to help fund that. Alrighty, folks. Well, I've been flapping my gums for quite a bit, and we all know where we're at in the Rocklahoma news. I will say that we did reach out to the marketing team, and we will be back this year in media doing our same coverage that we've been doing since, I think, 2018 when we were first granted media access. We'll be bringing you those interviews. Angel will be bringing those photographs, and, we're just going to keep things going. And I believe on the back end, the folks that do the Rocklahoma scavenger hunt, I believe they've begun planning that as well. So with that being said, folks, I think it's time for us to go ahead and break into our first musical break while we get Grave Huffer on the line for our interview. And this band is going to be featured at several upcoming shows, and they are several members from a couple of other bands that I thoroughly enjoyed. We haven't featured them here on this show yet, but I've been wanting to, and they rocked the box, which meant I now have their approval to play this song. So thank you, everybody, and not sure what happened to my camera, but we'll fix that. But until then, here is 7 Foot Monkey. And once again, that was 7 Foot Monkey with their new track, and we thank them so much for rocking the box. And it looks like we're still having some video errors on that end, but that's totally fine because we've got a guest up, and our camera is working just fine. You know, we've got an awesome show coming up this weekend at the Bowman Twin. And I have yet to be there before, but I have also yet to experience this band, and I'm so glad to talk with them. Ladies and gentlemen, from Grave Huffer, what is up?
How's it going, man?
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, well, I want to thank you for having me and for allowing me to use your platform to further our, musical journey. My name is Richie Randall. I'm in the band Grave Huffer, and we're from Joplin, Missouri. We've been a band for about 16 years, and we play all over the country. We typically play 30 or 40 shows a year. We've got like 4 albums out.
Wow.
On vinyl and CD and on all those streaming platforms, all that stuff. We've been doing it a long time. I could probably go on and on and on, but that's the gist of it. But I play guitar in the band and do all the social media and all that stuff.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about all the guys and what they play. Introduce yourself for us.
Yeah. Well, it's just me at the moment, like here now, but
yeah.
We just got a new vocalist of all the things. His name is Forrest Wepson.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a couple other bands as well, the Coventry Sacrifice and One Finger Discount, and he was also in a ska band called Zero to Panic. But I think they broke up. But yeah, he joined us as our previous vocalist, Travis McKenzie. He just didn't have time for it anymore, basically, because we're pretty busy.
Sure.
And he got a promotion at work, and I think he might be, in a serious relationship and stuff. So
life,
life gets in the way sometimes, so, and then, our bass player, Mike Gilchi, me and him have been in the band ever since its inception in 2008. Me and him pretty much write all the music. I've been in other bands with him, like we've been jamming together ever since like the mid 90s.
Wow.
We're old. So we were in a punk band called Initial Detonation way back in the day in the 90s. We did some touring and stuff, couple different times, played in Canada and all kinds of stuff. And then our drummer, Wes McNeely, he's been our drummer for about a year. We're like Spinal Tap. We've had a bunch of drummers. So, it's that kind of thing. But I think part of it is we're a pretty busy band, and it's hard to find people that can, go out on the road for a week at a time or whatever, or play 5 or 6 shows a month, and so sometimes it's tough to keep the lineup intact, but we just keep trying to plow forward. But yeah, that's the guys in the band.
Amazing. Tell me a little bit about your sound.
Mm-hmm. We're kind of all over the place. It's pretty like heavy, pretty extreme. It's a good mix of like old school death metal with like hardcore punk. Is probably the best kind of description I could give you. But yeah, we're a little bit all over the place. It just depends on the record. The older stuff's a little more on the punk side, and the more recent stuff's a little bit more of the weirder. Some of it's even a little bit more experimental. But yeah, just a good punk metal mix is probably the best description.
Yeah. So I've always been somebody that I have variable taste.
Yeah.
I like a little bit country, a little bit of everything. And you guys are a bit on the heavy side. Can you tell me a little bit about keeping true to that that heavy sound.
Yeah, that's I feel like no matter how fast or how slow we play or what style, we always try to bring an intensity to everything we do. And usually that, I guess that translates into like a heavy sound.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, if we're just playing 3 chords or 300 chords, you know, we just try to keep it intense. And so, yeah, I think that kind of brings the heaviness out of it, you know, just playing real hard and, you know, like I said, no matter what the tempo is.
Sure. What made that speed stand out to you?
That's probably more from the punk side of things. Listening to all that old punk rock, like Ramones and Sex Pistols, and up into like the thrashy stuff, you know, like your DRIs and Suicidal Tendencies and all that kind of stuff, and Agnostic Front, you know, like hardcore and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of more underground stuff, but yeah, we listen to a lot of faster music like that.
Do you have any inspirations that molded the direction of the sound you wanted, that you feel home in?
Yeah. Like, it's funny, like I'm more the metal guy, and then our bass player Mike's more the punk guy, and we kind of just blend those together in like a stew, you know. So but for me, you know, I like a lot of like old metal and like Judas Priest and Black Sabbath and stuff like that. And Mike likes a lot of the punk rock, like I mentioned before, Ramones and Sex Pistols, and like the first Suicidal Tendencies record. I even like some of that old death metal, like Morbid Angel and Death and stuff like that. And you know, of course, Metallica and stuff too. You know, like they were a game changer. I'm not gonna lie. I remember Master of Puppets came out, and I was like 10 or 11, and I was like, holy shit, you know.
Oh no, you're fine. We're
okay.
Podcasting. We can cuss all the hell we want, man.
Okay. Okay. Dang it. Okay. So yeah, I my brother had Master of Puppets on cassette, and I was like, whoa, a battery came on. That just changed things for me. And so yeah, we're all fans of the thrash and the punk.
So, you know, one of our proud sponsors, they believe music is medicine. Can you tell me a little bit about the therapeutic side of what you do, both for writing your music, performing the music, or just jamming out with other artists?
Honestly, that's the reason we all do it. I mean, it is our therapy, and our religion, or, you know, however you want to look at it. Every time we put our instruments on, sit behind the kit, put the vocal mic in front of us, we kind of turn into that different entity, you know, and it just, something comes out that like I wouldn't show the rest of the world, you know. and so it's pretty interesting. We talk about it all the time, how like, man, we're not like this in normal life, you know. Like you get up there and you almost become like a different like character or something. I mean, it's still a part of you, but it's like this exaggerated version of a part of your personality, a huge part of your personality, and it just comes out when you play or write or whatever. And a lot of the writing, I think, is subconscious, but we do think about specific things, but usually we'll just write whatever comes to our heads, and we'll listen back to it later and like, oh yeah, that kind of reminds me of this or that, you know, and like, oh, I wasn't even thinking that at the time, you know. But
I love that.
Occasionally, go ahead.
I've long said, rock and roll, or even really any performer, they have a lot in common with like professional wrestlers. You know, life imitates art, but it's all an exaggeration. And when you go on stage, you're like, those lights may be shining on you a certain way, but I mean, you are 6 foot taller than you normally are.
You're larger than life.
And
it's so cool. I'm so introverted, but when I get a guitar in my hand, I'm like, my extrovert comes out, you know, so it's pretty cool.
And and I really do connect with that. I'm kind of the same way doing radio. I'm super super shy. Then you give a microphone in front of me,
Yep.
and man, it's amazing, and it's a thrill in itself. Can you tell me a
Yes,
little
it
bit
is.
about that addiction to the thrill of performing on stage?
That's a good way to look at it. It is addicting. Um, I know, like, if we haven't played a show in a month or two, I'm like, oh my God, it kind of drives me crazy. I'm like, I can't, this is driving me nuts, man. Like, I love the creative process, but I almost think I like performing a little more, you know? To me, that's the epitome of why you do it, you know? Of course you have to write and create. Otherwise you just play covers, but we like writing our own stuff because we're artists. But the ultimate is playing and sharing it with everybody and getting that reaction and that feedback. And so yeah, that's the ultimate for me is playing the music. And yeah, it is very addicting. Not gonna lie.
So tell me, you guys have been around for over a decade. You guys have seen various incarnations of your lineup. Tell me a
Mhm.
little bit about the evolution of Grave Huffer between albums.
Yeah, like I said, it started out more of just a dirty hardcore punk band. There really wasn't that much metal to be had. The songs were shorter. We had more songs on records because it was shorter. And then I just feel like we've kind of, I hate to use the word evolve, but progress. I guess we've progressed.
Sure.
And I feel like every album is a natural progression forward. And I feel like, we play together. The more we play together, the better the chemistry is, and the more we kind of stretch out our ambitions and decide, well, we've never tried this before. We've never tried this before. And then there are times when it's like, man, I just want to bang on some chords. I mean, again, like you were saying, it's your therapy. So sometimes you're like, oh man, I just want to write a 2-minute song at 300 beats per minute or something, and we've done that on this new record we got coming up. And so yeah, it just depends. Sometimes we feel a little more melodic and sometimes we feel a little more hateful. And so but yeah, each album has progressed, and I think it is more intricate, and I think the playing is better. I feel like it's been a very nice organic progression for sure.
I like it. The funny thing, on a side note, I always love
Mm.
talking with metalheads, especially like death metal, and I mean like some of the heaviest people, because
Yeah.
you guys are the most calm, cool, collected, articulate speakers.
Well, you know what? I think part of that is we release such visceral emotion when we play that we're just cleansed of all that, and it's just not really bubbling around inside of us until it's time to get up there and let it all out. And yeah, I find that, like, anytime I go to like a hardcore crazy metal show, all the people are real polite, and then when the music goes, it's like it's like it's this maelstrom of noise and bodies flying. But then when everybody's done, man, that was so cool, yay, and we're so all smiles. And you're absolutely right though.
I love it.
Yeah.
You've got a pretty big show coming up this weekend, the 15th at the Bowman Twin, and it is stacked. You guys got a lot of heavy bands in there. Can you give me a little bit of a preview? What do we expect to see from Grave Huffer and Friends?
Well, I can only speak for us. We've never played with any of these other bands. I do know, like, who they are, obviously, but well, Neanderthal Jones. We've played a couple of shows with their singer's other band. His name's Zach, and he's got another like 2-man like grind band, and they just play like 30-second songs, and it's just real noisy. Neanderthal Jones is completely different. But I think he's from Ponca City or something like that. But yeah, I kind of know those guys. trying to think who else is playing.
We
Project Eclipse.
Yeah, Project Eclipse. A Faustian Bargain, I believe.
I don't think they're playing now. I think they had to end up backing out.
How do you prepare for a show? So, like, it's week of. What's in your mindset as you prepare for Saturday?
Well, we had a practice yesterday, and we ran through the set a couple times, especially with our new singer. This will be his first show with us. And so that's exciting. And he's actually he's filled in before for our other singer for a couple shows before. So it's not like it's his first show with the band. It's his first show as a member. Let's put it that way. And it is a different set list too. But for me, I don't know. It's like a nervous excitement for me. I still get the butterflies a little bit, but I'm still.
It looks like we lost connection. I am so sorry. It looks like we lost them. Oh, let me go back here and try to get this camera back on. It looks like we lost our guest. I am so sorry to Grave Huffer. It looks like our connection lost there. Everything was going so well, but we did get most of that interview out of the way, though, folks. Once again, that is Grave Huffer. You can catch them this weekend at the Bowman Twin. Surviving Rocklahoma is going to be hosting that event, and we will be featuring that band, Grave Huffer, with so many others. I see. Yeah, it looks like he got kicked off there. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you're having a live show. But I want to thank so much for joining us and giving us a preview of what to expect this weekend. Tickets are on sale right now. You can get them from the bands, or you can also get them from the website. Give a holler to St. Anger Productions. This is their first show that they've presented. Grave Huffer with Paralytic, Neanderthal Jones, a Faustian Bargain, Project Eclipse, BFR, and Soul Link. This is an all-ages show, $25 to get in. This is at the Bowman Twin. I haven't been there yet. I'm so excited. February 15th at 7 p.m. Oh, look at that. $15 paper and digital tickets. Tickets went down, y'all. Get your tickets soon. And you know what? I tell you what. I think I'm going to give you guys a chance to win some free passes. We gave away our first set of passes to this show last week to the winner of the Stars Wars. If you guys are wondering what the Stars Wars is, you see those stars down at the bottom of the screen there? Well, those are little bits of currency, little pieces, little bits of, these are our tips in the tip jar, and this is how we monetize the podcast. Because, as you saw earlier, our live features get flagged on occasion, and when they get flagged, they get muted, and then I can't monetize the show. So those stars and your generous donations to our Cash App is how we monetize the show. Now, every month we take our top stars senders and enter them for a drawing of a random prize. Last week, or January's winner was Lori Brass, and she will be going to Grave Huffer for free this weekend. Do you want to go to this weekend? It's simple. All you got to do in comments right now, hashtag Grave Huffer. Hashtag Grave Huffer in the comments. And while you do that, we're going to break off with a feature from Grave Huffer. This is Paradise.
But now you doubt, and doubting do not speak. Yet I shall loose that knot, and I can release you from the bonds of subtle reasoning.
And that was Grave Huffer with Paradise. And oh my gosh, what do you guys think about that? Give them some love, y'all. Studio audience. Give them some love. Give some reacts in the comments. Let's see those hearts. Let the guys know what you think about that track. Absolutely awesome. And thank you again for joining us here on the show. We've been talking about that Grave Huffer show going to be taking place at the Bowman Twin this Saturday. Surviving Rocklahoma is going to be hosting. I will be there on stage, keeping you guys rowdy and rocking in between the acts. So make sure that you get your tickets now. They are on discount, $15, I believe, from looking from the comments. Yes, $15 paper and digital tickets. Neanderthals Jones is freaking awesome. Yes, looking in there. And also a message from Grave Huffer, folks. If you want to find more on Grave Huffer, check them out on Bandcamp. That is gravehuffer.bandcamp.com. And I tell you, one person who's going to be rocking out with us this weekend at the Grave Huffer show at the Bowman Twin Center, Tracy Ashton Bruton. In the comments, you used the correct hashtag, and you are our random generated winner. Congratulations. I will message you shortly, or you can email survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. We'll link up and I'll let you know how you can claim your tickets. We've got I think we've got some more too. So make sure you are following the Facebook page for more opportunities to win. Once again, that's Grave Huffer, Paralytic, Neanderthal Jones, A Faustian Bargain, Project Eclipse, Soul Linked, and DFR this weekend. I hope to see everybody there. Can't wait. And you know what, folks? We got a couple of other upcoming shows that we are very excited about. The next one, February 22nd at the Vanguard, Crimson Love and Company is going to be at the Vanguard. Saturday, February 22nd. Tickets, $15, all ages show. I can't wait to check them out. We featured them here on the show once, but I haven't seen them live yet. Can't wait to see them. Also, we've got the original voice of Saliva and someone I get to call a friend. I never in a million years thought I would be able to say, I know this guy. The New Metal Revival show, Josie Scott is going to be playing at the Shrine February 23rd alongside Fist of Rage, 8 Minutes, and the band you saw earlier in the broadcast, 7 Foot Monkey. Once again, this is February 23rd at the Shrine. $25 in advance. $30 day of. This is a TLP Productions. A lot of love to TLP Productions out in Oklahoma City. We'd love to work with them. I hope to see everybody there at the Shrine for that one. We've got another awesome one that was just recently announced. Black Pearl presents a concert to benefit our vets, active duty, and first responders, and Blue Star and Gold Star families, hosted once again by yours truly, Adam Richmond. We will be at this one. I can't wait. I believe this one's at the Shrine as well. Dime Store Riot is going to be your headliner with 9 Left Dead, and once again, 7 Foot Monkey will be playing at the Shrine. And this is a Black Pearl Presents in conjunction with Rockavet. So if you know a veteran who loves some rock music, maybe you're a veteran, or maybe you just want to bring some folks and get engaged, if you would like to give back or be a part of this, this is a great opportunity. There's going to be several ways that they will be raising funds for Rockavet to continue to provide their services to our warriors. Raffles and auctions will be going on. Once again, that's Dime Store Riot with special guests, 9 Left Death, 7 Foot Monkey. This is March 29th at the Shrine. Black Pearl Presents. Can't wait to see that one. And, you know, we've also been talking about another show, and I am excited to say we now have a date. And I will be getting more information out for the first ever Surviving Rocklahoma concert, celebrating 10 years of podcasting and supporting the local music community. We will be doing this in May. I will give you the date as soon as we know the bands. It's going to be at the Shrine. I am so excited to be producing our first concert. We've got some great sponsors who reached out and said, hey, I want you to do a show, and I'm going to be part of it. And I said, yes, we will. And I'm so excited. Oh, I can't wait. Chomping at the bits to talk about it. Can't wait to see who we nail down for that lineup. But with that being said, folks, let's, you know what? I got another feature. Let's pack this thing full before we close it out. All right. What do you say? We got one more to go. And, you know, we were going to feature them last week. And this band submitted to the Rock Box, and I can't wait for you guys to see them. Thank you so much for submitting your track to the Rock Box. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 19 Never. Once again, that was 19 Never with Pray for the Light. Thank you guys so much for rocking the box. Rock the studio audience. Give them the love, give them the heart reacts. Let them know how you felt about that track. I loved it, man. It's we love to have a varied speeds here on the show. A little bit of everything for everybody. And with that being said, folks, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream and consuming the podcast content, sharing, and for those stars for sure. We have already had over 850 stars donated. Thank you guys so much. Remember, the top stars senders qualify for a prize at the end of the month. I don't know what it is yet. I do know that we've got a couple of passes that we're going to be giving away at the end of the month. And I have... Speaking of the Rock Box, before you guys go anywhere, I'm not giving one away this week, but this package came in this past week, and they told me, hey, I'm going to send you something. We got something to give away. We've got some prizes. One of these hats will be in this month's prize pack, but I've got another one that we're going to be giving away next week. Now these are cool because look what's underneath them. The band signed these hats, so that's awesome, and I will let you know next week how you can win some of these. So thank you guys so much, and that's the Rock Box, folks. That's what it's all about. We just love to support local music, and we love to give local artists a platform to feature their music. If you would like your music featured here on the podcast, it's easy. All you got to do is shoot me an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com, and provide me with an EPK of sorts, an electronic press kit. Let me tell you, bands, get your EPKs together. They are super easy to do, and they tell folks like me everything we need to know about you so that we can help you all find your fans. So first thing to do is to get a high quality recording, whether it be a music video or just an MP3 track, something that you feel represents your band, and shoot it to me. You're going to be playing in the area? Let me know. We'd love to pack the house and let everybody know where to find these local bands. And while you're at it, veterans and service folks and first responders, don't forget to send us your uniform pictures, your service photos, because we love to honor our warriors in our War Face segment, courtesy of Rockavet. So shoot us an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. You're catching a live event. You like to write. You like to write down your thoughts. Well, shoot me your blog, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these local shows. You never know if a well-written article may even appear on the website, survivingrocklahoma.com. Also, folks, it doesn't matter how you are consuming the content. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Those numbers do matter. And we want to show everybody how thirsty our local music scene is for that local music. And finally, folks, with that, let's also give a lot of love to our sponsors who help supports this show. Sorry, I got some pop-ups coming up here and it's distracting me. Yes, thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting the show. First up is DEB Concerts, who powers the DEB concert stage inside the Roadhouse. Has been doing so for years and years and years. Also, At Your Service Rentals, the only place I know of that you can get your own portable restroom for your campsite. So don't be like that guy.
Dinner was full.
Call At Your Service Rentals. Also, make sure you give a lot of love to the ROKAHOMA bitches and check them out on Facebook. And if you see Christy and Kendra anywhere in the local music scene and those live events, make sure you give them a lot of love because they love to support the local scene. Also, we want to give a shout out to Rocklahoma's Big Old Bus, bringing a busload of debauchery to Rocklahoma and a couple of other local festivals. Can't wait to see what they break out in their events this year at Rocklahoma. Remember, the Surviving Rocklahoma Campgrounds map will have a directory with all of the events at Rocklahoma. And if you want to see those stunning photos of Rocklahoma and a few other events in recent past, check out Photography by Angel Lee, our proud partner and sponsor, and our staff photographer, who is always out anytime she's out, she's grabbing those stunning photos. And you can get high-res photos as well. So give a shout out to Photography by Angel Lee. Also, if you want to get some official Surviving Rocklahoma threads, well, we've got a link tree and we got links on our Facebook page, or you can just shoot us an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. You can get those limited edition shirts that are produced by Metal Core Clothing, a veteran-owned business and proud members of the Rocklahoma community. Also, you know what, guys? We had a successful show. Nothing really too bad broke, and just spilled a little bit of beer. But you know what? Let's give a toast to you guys, to a awesome week, and to those renewals, and just everything we've got coming up. We are going to rock out 2025 and keep this year better than the previous year. And I'm going to finish off this Havana Affair Pilsner that was brewed in Oklahoma City at Stone Cloud Brewing Company, courtesy of Prior Liquor Wines and Spirits. Here's to a good show, everybody. Cheers. Alrighty. So I think it's time for us to go ahead and round out the show and let you guys go and tuck the kiddos in at night and get you a snack before bed. Just do me a favor. I say it each and every week, and I mean it more now than ever. Remember, folks, no matter what you've got going on in life, there's nothing that you can't overcome. All you got to do is stay on the positive side of life and rock on. Until next time, we'll see you.